This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the London Monarchs and the Toronto Huskies. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the London Monarchs and the Toronto Huskies. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they've had a long few days already as they were in London last week, back in the States, and on the road this week.
And they had some travel troubles coming back from London, but since they came back with a win, they'll put up with those and continue to move forward.
It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Now let's go. Blue line.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 72 yards. They'll drop to throw.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
You got 3. All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. I didn't offer
mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. We weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
He's going to air one out, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Here we go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And got his man complete.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Still shedding tackles. Meanwhile, we will not get another play as time will run out on this first quarter. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Hurry up. Here we go.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. They're going to try and throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third and 10.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Back to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is third and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And the third down pass falls incomplete.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's 3-0 here in the second quarter. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well
Point
done.
A, B, and C.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And now back out comes the offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll set up to throw. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Blue landed.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Point after try forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive, 4 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He's going to try and go deep again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Blue.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the Giants who pick up the victory at home. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Sherman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. They'll drop to throw, and that'll be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find the crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Sherman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. They'll look to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Sherman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to Toronto. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be caught at the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Holding. Offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
He's going to rifle one deep left side and almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Green 39!
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Looking middle, and that's complete. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Sherman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His big game continues. 10 catches now, and another first down. Oh, he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brooks. And the defense has come up with it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
After reviewing the play, the line to the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York off. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And they bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And now back out comes the offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Hurry up, here we go.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the... That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there. 45 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Sherman. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Hurry up. Here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Fighting him off. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This will be taken very short. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
That's a pretty strong return to start this overtime. And you know that if you run some decent offense, you should have a shot at a field goal. But I'd have to think to myself, I want the 6 points. I want this game over now. I don't want to give the other team a chance to come back and beat me.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Going for the deep ball. it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Well, part 1 is done, now part 2. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sherman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And here now the offense heading back out there. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Touchdown! Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for our visitors, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Toronto, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Portland Snowhawks and the Memphis Hounds. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Portland Snowhawks and the Memphis Hounds. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for this visiting Portland club, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Walker now throwing on first down. Quick hitch, complete. It's Day. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. To throw is Walker. Off play action. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Walker. Over the middle, complete. It's Day. And he's got this down almost before he's dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stumped him for no gain.
Ohio! Let's go! Brand 38!
Off the play fake. Walker. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Now a first down throw, Warner. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
To throw again, Warner. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 30, past the 20, and touchdown. A big play there, 83 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Now the extra point. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
Walker from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be Warner on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
How about this offense? Already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
He's got a man complete. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Warner. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
4 down. Here we go now.
Back to the air on second down. Warner, he's going to rifle into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Let's go. Grind 38. Grind 38.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Warner. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Warner. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits 000. And time is up on the first quarter. 10-zip our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Memphis with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Come on, let's go!
Now they try the right side here. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. To throw, Warner. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Throwing on first down, Warner. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down. On first down, Warner. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
3-19!
To throw on third down, Warner. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. The punter, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap and they exploited it.
Point after here coming up. The extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Trying to lay one up deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw. Walker. And incomplete here on third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Warner. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Here's Warner. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. Warner to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter.
Come on, let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there. And even 50 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Walker on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Let's go!
Here's Walker throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Let's go! What?
Walker now on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowen. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here we go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Let's go!
To throw is Walker. To throw on 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Extra point forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get him one closer.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And here now the offense heading back out there. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
He sets to fire deep. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
He's going to sling this deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. A final shot before break. Warner. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the Giants who pick up the victory at home. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. Now Warner. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first down. Warner throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Here we go now.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Warner, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
To throw on 2nd down. Walker Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Ohio, here we go.
Walker from the gun on third down. Throw left side complete. That's Day. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
From the gun, Walker. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Extra point attempt here still to come. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make it 17-13.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Welcome to the screen. Welcome to the screen. Welcome
so just
to
a three-point game now as they send this one away.
Our second season of doing this.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn
under pressure, they got him again. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Warner, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Warner going up top. Push. And got his man complete. How did he stay on his feet? Touchdown! A big play there. An even 90 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. The point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Walker throwing to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate.
Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week, he hit on right at 50%. This week, he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
On first down, Warner. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On first and 10, Warner. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Throwing again, Warner. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up first and 10. Looking to throw, Warner. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Now for the point after. Point after, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Walker off the play fake. Over the middle, complete. It's Day. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Memphis, Tennessee. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Walker now. Off play action. Flush to his right. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw is Walker. Looking to throw on second down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Back to throw. Walker dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty. And as a result, possession switches hands. Now this offense ready to head back out there. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that dig?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing on first down. Warner. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Set! Green!
To throw again. Warner. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw. Warner. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go!
Throwing again. Warner. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding a good target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So that drive goes 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Back to throw. Walker. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
Walker throwing on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Walker from the gun, he'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Here's Walker on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another first down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Walker now on 1st and 10. Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Walker. Operating from the gun. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Try it, 38.
Operating from the gun, Walker. And this is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Walker. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Walker from the gun, he'll throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Warner. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On 1st down, Warner. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Memphis, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.